Hello, my name is Marie Laveria and my channel is called at Living a Simple Life. And today, this is the kind of the third video on decluttering, minimizing in our home, and I'm going to tackle the kitchen. We all have our different ways of cooking and eating, and so it's very customized, but I'll just tell you my perspective and you can adjust it to yours. So the first thing that I would ask you to do is take a few days to figure out what you use regularly in your kitchen. We all have our favorite coffee cup or teacup. We all have our favorite glasses and plates. So notice what you use and you love to use that feels comfortable for you. And then maybe take a note or two on what that is. And when you're ready to do the kitchen, to declutter, to minimize your kitchen, then you go around and you, first of all, also figure out how many people live in your home and how many plates you need, how many glasses, how many cups, utensils. It's an important part. I live alone, so it's always just me. I have my friend that comes over for dinner on a regular basis, so I usually have two people in the kitchen or two people that eat here. So I have to make sure I have accommodation for at least two people. So one of the things that some people say is, oh, I entertain a lot. And so you can choose to entertain on using paper plates. There's some really quality paper plates that you can buy in large quantities for a reasonable amount of money. And that could be what you use to entertain with. Now, if you're an entertainer that has, a need to be really fancy, then keep some dishes for that. So usually people need a plate, a cup, a glass, a fork, spoon, and knife, maybe a steak knife. People need a soup bowl or a salad bowl. So those are the regular things that we use. And then the pots and pans. Pots and pans are really interesting because I always had more than I needed. I don't know why. I guess I was afraid to run out or something. So I have a pot because I love to make popcorn, and it's just for that. And then I have another pot. I don't know how many quarts it is, but I keep it on the stove to boil my water if I'm going to have tea or anything warm. That's what I use instead of a kettle. And then I have my egg pan. It's coated and it makes marvelous eggs. So I have that I don't want to leave. I don't want to lose that. If that breaks down or whatever, I'll get another one just like it because it's very handy. Then I have my frying pans. I have probably 3 different sizes. A really large one, and then a medium one, and then a smaller one. Not counting my egg pan. Then I have a cookie sheet. I have a lasagna dish kind of thing. It's glass, and I can put fish in the oven in there. I can put chicken legs. So look at what you have and think about the meals that you make, and then keep what you need. And you probably don't need all that you have. So you can put what you don't need in the shopping bag, in your trunk, and in a few days or a week or two, go back through it and see if you need to make some different decisions about it. And if not, then donate it or give it away. So that's how I tackle the kitchen. Now, in my kitchen, I'm looking at my shelving unit. I have more glasses than I need and more cups than I need. I'm planning on having a second, like a winter home, and so I'm planning to bring some with me then. I don't want to get rid of it now because I might need it. And then I have baskets in my shelving unit, and this is my kitchen that we're talking in here. The baskets have my plastic wrap, my foil, my wax paper wrap, my my different baggies. I have the small ones and the large ones for storage. Then I have my grains, different types of grains, and I'm gonna have a video just on the different types of food that I have in my kitchen, but not today. I have some rice, different types of rice, and quinoa and barley, and then my other one has some pasta and other types of beans dry beans. I don't use dry beans too often. I usually use canned beans because they're much easier, and they make them organic now, and they're very good. I also have in my kitchen, I have my appliances, my blender, my food processor, and my crock pot. And so that's what's on that shelving. Underneath the sink, as you could tell that I have a pretty good size, that's where I put my different soaps for the home. I have dish soap. I buy big containers of soap, and I use little containers on top of the sink. I have a little container of dish soap and hand soap, so it's more economical. So I put everything underneath the sink. The sink has a huge cabinet underneath it, so I can put a lot of stuff in there. So I'm able to store all the soaps that I need for my home. And I used to have a lot of soaps. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I accumulated them again, like I did in the bathroom in my toiletries. And so about 6 months ago, I went through all of my soaps, and I kept what I really like, and I got rid of what I don't need. So it really shrunk down my soap need to store stuff. And I have baking dishes. I don't bake too often, but I have a few of them. Pie plate, that kind of stuff. And so after the pots and pans and the electrical appliances, I also have a roaster for turkey or large chicken. It's a roaster that actually fits in my oven. That's another thing. If you have a small oven, you got to make sure that your pots and pans and roaster, whatever, fits in your oven, or don't keep it if it doesn't. Then I have a lot of food on top of the refrigerator. There's a big cupboard there, and that's where all of my food is. I have my canned goods there, all my different types of food that I use in my kitchen. I'm trying to think of anything else. I have my cutlery, my forks, spoons, and knives on the sink between the refrigerator and the wall. There's a countertop that fits just perfect there. And then I have jars of juice. I buy it ahead of time, store it in there. And my spice rack is right on my right here. My cutting board. I have a few drawers. In my drawers are the little different utensils that we use to cook. And I have knives that I have my favorite knives that I use on my cutting board. And that's about what I keep in my kitchen. So you just need to know what you need to use. If you know that you use certain things, then maybe write them on the list. And the stuff that you don't use or haven't used in a year or 2 or 3, then get rid of that because you don't need it, obviously. And sometimes we make something just once a year in the holidays. So keep those things if you feel strongly about that. You don't want to use something once a year and not have it when you need it. But we have so many things that we accumulate, and it's great to go through them just so you know what you have. Because when we go to the store, we buy things that we think we don't have because we haven't looked at our possessions lately in the kitchen. And when we do, we say, oh wow, I already had one of those. I did that the other day. I bought a thermometer for meat, for chicken, and I did not know I had one. So I came home and I put it where I would have put it, and there was the other one. So it's good to go through what we have in our kitchen so we don't buy duplicates. So let me check my notes to make sure that I've covered everything I wanted to cover in the kitchen. I do have my book on minimalism for well-being, a guide to simplifying all facets of your life. It has sections in there for each room of the home to to minimize, to declutter. And so I'm just checking through it right now to make sure I covered everything. I think I kind of did, yes. So that will do it today for the video on decluttering, minimizing your kitchen. And I hope it was helpful. And if it was, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.